All right, turn 107. State religion Zoroastrianism. Not right now. Lost 1 unit. What was it? Yeah, all these have moved up now. No surprises there. They're all in fortified locations. Lost a crossbow. I feel like that Grace Invis should only be for 1 turn. I don't think they should be permanently invis in my opponent's territories. Okay. What do we have this turn? No pop-ups. It's a really interesting turn from opponent. As they didn't do anything. So these are now in range, as is that, as are those. So I think that was my turn of consolidation. We've got 1 crossbow here. Can probably get there with force marching. 1 polybolos there. I can probably get there with force marching. This one is probably out of range. That horse probably can get there too. Do we have enough units and enough orders to do anything this turn? That is the question. So we can chunk that, do some damage around it, which seems okay. What does a horse do to that? 2.5. What's an archer do to it? 1.5. So that will kill that. It's a lot of cataphracts there. 5, all grouped up, very difficult to attack into. Probably about the best use of a spear I've ever seen in my life. I gotta figure out if I can destroy forts or if they're like roads where you can't pillage them. I just need to check that because that needs to be reported as feedback. You should absolutely be able to pillage forts in opponent's territory. If they're like roads where they're unpillageable, that's just not okay. I thought I checked it earlier this game. I'm not entirely certain. I did. All right, so this unit blocks my path. So we want to kill that as cheaply as possible, which means an attack from there, and then these 3 tiles can be used to attack that tile. It is a ranged unit, so it could be a target for polybolos. I will 1-shot it, although giving us none of the benefits of utilizing this piece. The pierce, I guess. Nice attack. Feels like it'd be better there, but even then the cleave is frontal AoE cleave, right? So to get the cleave, we'd have to do it from there. Let's say we did that. What do I have? Do I have any horse? This is a horsebane polybolus, so like right there. Cleaving into those. It should do... I need a number. I guess if I walk it there, I can get a number. So if I walk it there, do that, now I get a number. That's 4, leaves it at 3.5. Is 3.5 okay? Because this at least gives me decent damage into that. These are anti-range units, so is that better than the crossbow? Where are my crossbows? Yeah, it is. All right, this spear, okay, let's back that up because I'm not sure I'm making that move. I just wanted to look at the damage projection on the cone or the cleave attack. This spear to there plus an archer seems too good to pass up to kill that. So we're going to take that. An archer. I mean, these mangonels have insane range, so it doesn't really matter where I fire from. They're probably going to be vulnerable everywhere, right? Do I want to spend the orders to move there? I like keeping the plus range damage. It's going to be half a damage somewhere. The answer is probably. So we probably use this guy to go there and do it. Does it matter which? Not really. I guess it does matter which. I lied. We should take the thought was on the hill I'm vulnerable to less siege engines shooting me, but the answer really should be on the ground. I have the ranged projected damage still available for 1 further projected damage out of the other ones. Anyways, it's pretty minor differences, but there we are. All right. So we can get a 3.5 into that and a 4 into that, which is 7.5. 8 leaves it at 1.5. Definitely in range if we can kill this for a horse for cleaving. What does this do as a cleave there? Is it at 4? Two and a half for 5. What's a striking horse do? 2. Is So 7.5 would kill that. 2 of the archer shots plus the horse would kill it. But waste one of my few ranged attacks. I think we're not killing that unit, and I think this tile is not useful to us. So probably we would rather do one of those ranged attacks via a melee if we have one that works. And actually a crossbow would be ideal there. This is Besieger crossbow. Pretty decent here. It's gonna die, but we'll get 2 Besieger attacks off, so versus Urban on those 2 tiles. So then what? It's Besieger crossbow, Urban crossbow there. Could be this one too. This one also gets the double Horsebaned ones. Does slightly less damage. But if we can get away with slightly less damage, it's better because we could use the higher damage one somewhere else. That's 3.5. Where was the other one here? If we like walk in there, for example, that's another 4. Leaves it at 3.5 and 4 is 7.5. It's at 9, so it'd be at 1.5. So the kill would happen from the routing unit, which is good. Okay, so that would be dead. That's pretty reasonable. We route there. Haven't used any ranged units yet. These tiles are full. We have this tile. What's our strongest melee anti-horse? I mean, it's definitely a polybolus, but I don't think we want to commit one there. I think we need those for the cataphracts. So it's one of these. Anti-range. Probably Horsebane Legionary, which punches that for 3.5. The horse is going to be adjacent. For 2, it's 5.5. We need 2.5 damage. And the archers are how much? 2. Really? That's irritating. So we need another half damage somewhere. Could just be this horse archer, which doesn't do a lot of damage to anything there. Although I need these tiles to kill these cataphracts, I gotta get ranged units to help with that. And I really want to save the polybolos for hitting these ranged units and this clump of cataphracts. Although that location is more force march, like further away for us. Oh, okay. I'm going to lose track of this. I'm going to literally write it down on my end over here. So it was Urban Expo and anti-horse, expo, and horseman, I believe. Right, like that one, 3.5. That one, 4 for 7.5, plus the horse is enough. Okay. I mean, maybe we get it with a polybolus into there. So if this guy force marches to there and shoots into this, the AoE will set this up. Do we remember how much it was? It was all but 3.5. And then this Legion just kills it, right? So those two will do that, although this is my Horsebane to Legion. I think that's okay. It saves me 1 attack off a routing unit. I don't care about the Horseman's final hit points. Do I want to use a weaker Legion to do that? The horse is doing how much damage to it? 3.5. Horse is doing 2. So just the cleave off this knocks it down to 3.5. We wouldn't have to do a whole lot more damage then. We have this tile, so it could be a Hestastus, which would be nice. Save the legions. Yeah, I think I like that more. And was it important or not to use that particular strike horse? I gotta do that real quick again. So that is 3.5, 7.5. Horse does 1.5. It was important to use that. Okay. The unit isn't going to survive regardless. I'm not worried about taking one more route. I think I'd rather use the legions to maybe hit those, or maybe just have them. They're more valuable to keep alive long term. I don't want to move these ones. So it's this guy. If he can reach, he can't with this guy. So it's there. Swing. Attack. Route. Attack. Attack. Route. I wonder if it should have been Besieger crossbow instead. Same damage. Alright, will a Polybolos one-shot that Mangono? So we'll start with our weaker one. It's not that weak. He'll promote it. Really close. If it were a different faction, it would. If it weren't negative happiness. And where's my next one? Combat bonus is not quite enough. Where's the other one? So we've got Mangonel of the weaker family right now. Crossbow, crossbow. It's only the 4 Mangonels, so committing this one. It's annoying that half damage. We can get that half damage somewhere with an archer. Or just with the horse too. The horse can do it once we kill this tile, if we can kill that tile. I don't know if we can kill that tile. That tile looks hard to hit though. Here the horse archers might pay off. So we get 1 melee in there. Strongest crossbow for that sieger will work here. So hits that for 4. Leaves it at 4. Leaves it at 2.5. These do 1 per. They do 1.5. So leaves it at 1. Could just delete that unit. That would be the next one. That would. Okay, so it goes this unit, disband. And here, shoot. There, shoot. Crossbow. Here, shoot, kill there, then whichever of these we want. The hill one is fine. I need to know how much damage it's doing to the secondary target, so let's look. 2. 2 is not going to be another kill. But it might be another kill on this unit with another horse route. Leaves it at 4.5. Does 1.5, leaves it at 3. It's not a kill. Fort doing work there. What's the other one we could bring in there? Just like a weaker promoted one. The horse one's not going to be very helpful there. This one works as well. It's a force march. This one's not a force march. Although it's also not a force march to there, which is very likely where we're going after. It's not a hill, right? Okay, so we want to bring this one here. Shoot there. Kill this. Running out of orders. So we're setting up for something in there. We need to kill this. There's not a lot of units that can hit that anymore. We've got 1 bow for 1.5. That would do that. I think we've got a Horsebane promoted crossbow that could get there. That's so close to killing it. Is that route even good? Let's So maybe it's not right to route there because we just don't have the follow-up. We can kill this with a ranged unit somewhere. I've got 2 horse archers left, right? This one, it's a horseman, not a horse archer. That might be my only horse archer remaining. I've got 1 horse archer remaining, this guy here. Maybe not. Got the other horse that we could do. That would kind of do what I'm trying to do here, which is get it out of the way. So if I went there, we've got 2 horses attacking this now. That does 4. And that does 4. That leaves it at 1. It's not a super helpful number. I can get 1 more damage though. So if we attack here, then move our Polybolus in there and shoot forward. For the cleave, that would do it. Gotta die. Everything we put in here is gonna die. Again. I wonder why it does so much more damage to that one. Is this anti-siege engine? No, why the fuck is it showing me like that? Is it hovering it? I might have been hovering it. It does a full extra damage to that. It does 4 damage to the one and only 2.5 to the other. Why is that? If I go there, why? They're both the same faction, right? Maybe they're not. Upset family versus friendly family. Oh, because it's an urban tile. Huh. There's another siege bonus there. Get another kill here if we do that. It would be shoot into here. Then it's delete this unit. Then it's bring this horse in. Kill that. Take that tile with our horse archer. We have 2 horse archers left. Is that enough? We have to do 2. Oh man, do we have a different we did. So it's got to be the other one of these. It's funny. Might not even be enough, but that's the only way to do it. These weak family units are just so devastating for morale. All right, unit back up. So we bring this one. Just 1 tile off. Is that enough? Okay, disband that horse. Bring this horse through. Kill that. Yeah. 1.5, right? That's what we needed. Okay. And the other one doesn't do that, right? Just 1. Okay. I doubt I'm going to have a better turn than this. I certainly don't want to spend the brain power figuring it out. One action remains. I don't know how many units that was. We could probably count. 1, 2, 3. Don't think that one was there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or 8, something like that. Probably you guys watching the video have a much easier time of figuring that out. I've got a horse unit. It's not close enough to move right now. We've got another horseman coming out there. Polybolus in 2, Polybolus in 1, Polybolus in 1. This thing's still just hitting our city, being super annoying. This unit would like to move closer. I guess we keep building horsemen here. I'm gonna run out of food. I'm gonna run out of resources, spending all of my movement on military, but I can't stop doing that right now. Maybe next turn's another consolidation turn. Wish I had better order generation. That would be your job, leader. Too bad you're not doing it. Kids aren't getting tutored right now, and they're on next round of leaders too. Well, all right. What are we queuing up? More resource seems reasonable. Another horse. The problem right now is getting to the front line. Polybolus here is fine. Anything else we have to queue up? No. All right, let's go ahead and send that back.